Hi, welcome back to Maths Masters. This is addition session 8, and in this session we're going to be looking at addition using tens and ones and partitioning numbers into tens and ones and seeing how that helps us to calculate more easily when doing addition. Okay, so the questions to ask ourselves are: how many tens have we got? How many ones have we got? So we'll look at the number 24. So how many tens and how many ones make up the number 24? So we can use base 10. So 24, if we look at our tens and ones, is made up of 2 tens. And look at the fours. The 4 here is in the ones. How many ones? There are 4 ones in the ones section. So I need 4 ones. So what numbers go together to make 24? Well, I've got 2 tens and 4 ones. What number does that make? 2 tens and 4 ones makes 24. Okay, so I've got 2 tens and 4 ones. What mistake have I made there? Okay, so I hope you realise I've put 2, and I have to make sure, because I'm partitioning the number up here, I know we've got 2 tens, but it's the same as saying 20 add 4 is equal to 24. Okay, so I want you to have a go by making a number yourself. What number is this? So how many tens have I got? How many ones are there? Can you make the number? Pause it and off you go. Okay, so we've got 4 tens, and 3 ones. So I can have the number is made up of 40 and 3. So we can add together 40 and 3 and it will make 43. Okay. Let's try a different one. So if you add together 3 tens and 5 ones, what will you have? So this time you've got 3 tens, which is written as 30, and 5 ones. What does that make all together? Pause it and have a go. Okay, so 3 tens and 5 ones is 30, add 5 is equal to 35. And you can see that there we've got 3 in the tens and 5 in the ones. Okay, have a go at this final one. We've got 4 tens and 2 ones. Add those together and make the addition. So 4 tens and 2 ones. Pause it, off you go. Okay, so 4 tens and 2 ones. So if we make a part whole model, we've got 4 tens, which is 40, and 2 ones, we put them together, it makes 42. So 40 add 2 is equal to 42. Okay, now a common mistake I've seen some children can do when they're adding these together, they get their 4 tens in their hands or place them out and they get their 2 ones and they can write the answer as this. What mistake have they made? Pause it, have a think about that. Okay, so what they've done is they've written down, they haven't thought about their place value when they've been writing it down, so they've written it down in the wrong order. So what can help is, if you find that you are doing that, is put the headings tens and ones, so the T and the O to stand for tens and ones in your answer, and then you can see and check, no, I've not got 2 tens, I've got 4 tens. So I've got it mixed up, it's the wrong way around. It's 4 tens and 2 ones. So checking your answer and making sure you are putting the numbers in the correct place according to their place value. So that depends where the digit is in the number. Okay, in the activity section, in the description, there'll be some practice at using tens and ones, adding using tens and ones, so have a go at those. The next thing we're going to look at is partitioning numbers in a variety of ways. So not just in straight tens and the ones, but numbers can be mixed in different ways. So the number 6 tens and 5 ones can be made using 6 tens and 5 ones, but it can also be made in a different way. It can be made, we can partition it differently. We can move one of the tens over there and the number can be made of 5 tens and 15 ones. So it can be 5 tens and 15 ones. Can you have a think of how else you could partition that number? I'm going to do it as 4 tens and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 5, because I've moved 2 of my tens over and made them into ones. So now I've got 10, 20, 25 ones, 4 tens and 25 ones. So 65 can be made of 50 and 15. It can be made of 60 and 5. It can be made of 40 and 25. Those are different ways of making a number, and it's really useful to be able to partition numbers in tens and ones in different ways. Now it's your turn. Have a go at this. Can you partition 35 in 3 different ways using tens and ones? So think about what I did here. I moved some of the tens over and exchanged them for ones and then had a go like that. Off you go. Okay, so you might have come up with 30 and 5. So you got 3 tens and 5 ones. Or you might have had 20 and 15. So you've moved another 10 over. So you've got 2 tens and 15 ones. Or you could have had 10, 1 10 and 25 ones as well. You can see this also on a number line. Now here I've got 35 made up of 3 tens and 5 ones. But I could easily change that 10 into ones. And then I could have 2 tens, which would be 20, and 15 ones, which makes this one. Okay, so it's a really visual way of doing it, also on a number line. Have a go at these ones. So I've got 68. How can we partition 68 into tens and ones? So think what you could do. You can use base 10 to help you, and the way that base 10 can help you with this is you can make, I'm just going to draw them because it's quicker, 60, and I've got so many ones. I'm not going to tell you how many ones at the moment because you need to find that out. But what I can do is, once I've made that one, is move a 10 over and exchange it into ones and see how many tens and ones I've got now. Okay, pause it, have a go at this, and then have a go at making these 2 numbers using different ways of partitioning the number into tens and ones. Off you go. Okay, so the first one, 60 and 8 is equal to 68. And then this one, it's been split up into 40. So we've got 4 tens. And how many ones? Well, that means that here, 2 of these tens have moved over. So we've now got one lot of 10, another lot of 10, and we've got our 8 ones. So we've got 10 ones, 20 ones, 28 ones. So it's made up of 40 and 28 ones. Okay. Here we've got 68 is made up of 18. So on this one, we've got 10 ones and 8, so that makes 18 ones. And we've got what goes with that to make 68. So you can look at that on a number line. So you can think you've got 0 and you go into 68. So if we go to 60, we have got the 8 there, and we have got 50, we have got 10. So how many tens would we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens there. And if you look at it here, if we draw our 5 tens in, we have got 50, 60, 8. So it makes 50. 50 and 18 makes 68. On these ones, you've got 47. What goes with 47? How is the number been partitioned? So if we've got our tens and ones, and we had 47, we've got 10 there. This is our 47. Oh, I've drawn an extra one. Let's make it into one big one. 47. So what has happened here is we've just got 10 on its own. So that means the other 3 tens have become ones. So in the tens column, in the ones column, we have got 37 ones. And if we saw that on a number line, we go 0 to 10, that's one lot of 10. And I'll use the base 10. If you could lay out your base 10, it will really help you to lay them out on the table. We've got 10. So what else can we add to that to get to 47? So another 10 will get us to 20. Another 10 will get us to 30. And then another 10 would take us to 40. And then how many would we add on to get to 7? To 47, it would be 7 ones. And altogether we have added on 10, 20, 37. So 37 and 10 go together to make 47. Here we've got 83. It's made up of 60 and something else. So we can see that using base 10. We could start off with our 83. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And we've got it into 60. And we could just make the 80. So just make the 83 to begin with. And then this has been broken into 80 and 3, partitioned into 80 and 3. But here it's been partitioned into 60 and something else. Well, I can make 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 2 of my 10s have moved over into the ones column. So now I've got one lot of 10 and 2 lots of 10 and 3. So 10, 23. So 60 and 23 would make 83. We can also see this clearly on the number line. So if I do it here, we're at, what do you add to 60? So we've got 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and we need to get all the way up to 83, 70, 80, 83. So we've already got our 6 10s. So what do we add on to get to 23? How many 10? 83. How many 10s we've got? 1 10, a second 10, and we add on 3 more. And I'm just going to move that because I've got it in the wrong place. Up there, add on 10. And what have we added on all together? We've added on 10, 23. So we've got 23. We can write that in a number sentence. 83 is equal to 60 and 23. 83 is equal to 23 and 60. 60 and 23 is equal to 83. And 23 and 60 is equal to 83. Okay, so Eddie has been adding 2 numbers. He wrote down 30 and 4, and he says the answer, he wrote the answer is that, 304. What has he done? What mistake has he made? Have a think about that one. Okay, so when he's been making the number, 30 and 4 is made of 3 10s, and we've got 4 1s. So he's not thought about his place value when he's written down the number. So 30 add 4 is equal to, if he used his headings, we've got 3 10s and 4 1s. But Eddie has said we've got 30 and 4, and now it reads as 304. So just be really careful when you're writing down your answers, think about your place value. Okay, this is why it's useful to be able to partition numbers into different ways. So adding to make 10, when we looked at regrouping to make 10, we can use adding to make 100 to help us to regroup. For example, 80 add 30, what we can do is we can regroup the number to make it easier to work with. So we can have 80 add 30. We could use our number bonds, or what we could do is partition this number into 20 and 10. We know that 80 and 20 is equal to 100, and 10 on more on is equal to 110. So let's try this with the 10s and 1s. If we have 80 add 37, how can we use the partitioning to help us? So what we can do is have, I'm going to write it over here, 80 add 37. We can partition the 30 because we can break it into 20 and 10 and our 7. So 80 and 20 is going to make 100, add on 10, 110, then add on 7. So what we are doing is saying 80, add 20, add 10, add 7 makes 117. So you can also see this very visually on a number line. If we have 80 and we add on to the next 100, so we make a jump to 100, we've added on 20. Then we can add on another 10, and then we can add on 7, that gets us to 117. So 20, 30, 7. We've added on 37, and that gets us to 117. Okay, now it's your turn to have a go at these. Have a go at regrouping to make 100 using your number bond knowledge to 10 to add these together. So 60 add 54. How can you partition the 54 into tens and ones differently to make this number into 100 to add together? Have a go at that one. Okay, so 60 add 54. So 50 can be broken up into, partitioned into 40 and 10, because 6 and 4 makes 10, so 60 and 40 makes 100. So we've got 60 add 40 makes 100, add on our 10, 110, add on 5 is 100, and add on 4 is 114. Okay, so try these two. 90 add 32, and the second one, 147 add on 80. Pause it and off you go. Okay, so 90 add 30. So what we can do again is when trying to find a number that goes together, if we partition this up into tens, so we can have 9 and 1 go together to make 10, so 90 and 10 go together. So 90 and 10 will make 100, then what's left is 20, add on 20, then add on the 2. So 90 and 10 is 100, 120 is equal to 122. This one we've got 147. We want to make the 47 into the next multiple of 100. So multiples of 100 are answers in the 100 times table. So if we look here at the tens, we can partition the 80 into 60 and 20, because 40 and 60 will make that into 100. So we've got 100, 140, add 60, add 20. And 140 and 60 is equal to 200, and 20 is 220. Add on the 7 is 227. Okay, so in the activity, in the description, you'll find the activity sheet. Have a practice at those today. Have a practice at adding using tens and ones and partitioning the tens in different ways to help you to do a mental addition. And I'll see you in the next session. Goodbye.